It's going to be a flow, a Hatha class sequence that is good for everybody. I'm going to offer options, but if at any time you feel like it is too much, it doesn't feel well in your body, just regress, just take a step back, and I'm going to offer you always the option to take a break and then join us back again. If you are pregnant and you are joining us, that's perfect. Just be mindful of avoiding deep twists, which means just crossing like this. We're gonna do a couple of them laying down. So just try to always open. So if your knees are on to one side, avoid crossing, but instead opening the twist, okay? I'm gonna be mindful to remind that. And yeah, I think we're ready. We're good on time. It's 8 o'clock according to my watch. So let's just start laying down on your backs. Like I say, if you are just joining, please get a blanket or a cushion if you have, like something like a pillow or a blanket. If you don't have, don't worry. But if you have it, if you can grab it, just go and grab it, and then come and lay down on your back. And keep your knees bent. And just lay there. Close your eyes. Breathe in and out. And as you start this practice, maybe it's the first time you have a moment to sit down with yourself. Breathe in and out through the nostrils. And start feeling what places, what areas of your body are touching the floor or the mat. And think about releasing tension somewhere else. Maybe it's your shoulders, maybe it's your neck, your hands. And just breathe in and out through your nostrils. And you might hear some little background noise. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it's my baby that he's discovering his voice. So use that as a reminder to come back to your own breath. I like to use any sound in the background as a reminder to just come back to your mat, to this present moment and your breath. So inhale in and out through the nostrils. And as you're here now, hopefully a little bit more relaxed, just think about your personal intention for this class. We call that Sankalpa in Sanskrit. It's no other thing than an affirmation, a short phrase that you're going to repeat to yourself 3 times, just of something you would like to have, or energy you want to send towards someone. So in this case, it might be something like, I am centered, I am healthy, whatever it is. Just repeat it to yourself 3 times, and then go back to follow your breath. And now just open your eyes. Keep this position and place your hands facing down, palms facing down next to your body. And make sure your knees and your feet are as wide as your hips. feet close to your buttock. And you're gonna start with the next inhale. Raise your hips up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. So go with the breath. You do each movement according to the length of your breath. Maybe you can even feel your sternum going back or up. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And now you're gonna keep doing the same movement. I have to come forward. And you're gonna add the arms. Inhale, arms back overhead. Exhale, lower your hips, lower your arms. Inhale. Hips up, arms back. Exhale. Hips down, lower your arms. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. Inhale. Feel how can you maybe breathe in more. Exhale. And now stay there. You're gonna bring your knees towards your chest. And then extend the legs up. And you're gonna just like, I don't know if you, but when I was a child, we used to do this, like a bicycle movement with the legs. So if you did that, this is maybe a nice memory to bring back. So bicycle the legs forward. And feel, keep your hands next to your body, try to relax your torso. But you're gonna start feeling that you're using your core for this. So actually this is quite a good movement. And now change the sides, the bicycle. Now you go back, like you're riding back. And feel your body. Feel where the movement is happening, where you need maybe more space. And notice how the brain, if I do something else, my legs change. So this is a very good movement for the brain coordination if you want to add something else, but not today. Okay, so now extend your legs upright, and now just bend at the knees. So try to get a kind of like a 90-degree angle with your legs. And now you're gonna lift your chest. So basically just lifting the head and the shoulders. Interlace your hands on the back of your neck. Try to keep your elbows spread apart. And from here, we're gonna just inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, back. Inhale, the right. Exhale, in. Inhale, out, the left. Exhale, in. Inhale, out. Start now the exhaling to bring it back. Inhale. Start the exhaling. Inhale. Start the exhaling. So you do the movement with the length of the breath. And stop there. Release, maybe for a moment, your head down. Keep the legs up. Like you can keep your legs a little bit separated, but try to keep the 90-degree angle. Now we're gonna again lift up the head and the shoulders. And this one is more challenging maybe. So we're gonna inhale, extend the right leg, bring the right elbow to the left knee. Exhale. Inhale, extend the left, bring the left elbow to the right knee. Exhale. Inhale, extend the right leg, bring the right elbow to the left knee. Exhale. Now the left. Exhale. Inhale, extend right. Exhale. Inhale, extend left. Exhale. one round more with each leg. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now release down, bring the knees to your chest, extend the legs up to the ceiling. Bend the knees, open your arms to the sides, and bring the knees to the right. And you're gonna look up or to the left for a gentle twist. If you're pregnant, this is one thing you might want to avoid. So just keep your arm, your body, your torso towards your knees, instead of just going for that twist in the abdominal area. With the next inhale, bring the knees upright, look up, and now let the knees fall towards the left or the other side. Again, if you're pregnant, just keep your body, your torso and your arms on the same side of the knees. With the next inhale, look upright, bring the knees back to center, and give yourself a hug. Maybe you can only not just hold the knees or your legs with the hands, but also grab your elbows. And from here, just bring the hands behind your legs and start giving yourself a massage in the back. We call this rock and roll, until you come to a standing or seated pose. And you're gonna find your way to your hands and knees. And remember that you want, in this case, your knees as wide as your hips, and the knees right under the hips, and the hands right under your shoulders, open shoulder distance. So from here, Virasana or cat-cow. With the inhale, see your sternum going forward. Look maybe up. Exhale, round your back. Maybe look at your navel. Inhale. Open. Exhale, round your back. Notice that your elbows are extended at all times, and that the movement is happening more on the middle and upper backs, not so much on the lower back. So basically the lower back, the hips, don't really move much. Inhale. Exhale. Exaggerate the movement. This really feels good when you're doing it. Now come back to center, and we're gonna repeat that, but just an extended version of it. So lift the right leg back and the left arm. Extend. And this time bring the elbow and the knee close in the center. So we're gonna repeat that a couple of times. So right knee, left elbow. We have two more. And bring your hand and your knee down. Now the left leg goes back and the right arm in front. Extend, and then bring the knee and the elbow close in the center. When you inhale, you create length, extend, and as you exhale, inhale, exhale, knee to elbow, elbow to knee. Inhale, exhale. Two more. And bring the hand and the knee down. Just go sit back to your heels for a moment. Maybe your forehead will reach the floor, or maybe you use your fists under your forehead. or if you have that pillow or that blanket, you can put it underneath. This is called child's pose or balasana in Sanskrit. And this is just your relaxing pose. In this case, you can bring your arms next to your body. The torso, the knees are open, but the torso is still resting on your thighs. Big toes touching together. And in here, feel the opening, the more space you get into the lower back. So if at any time during the class you want to take a rest, take a moment, a pause, just come to this pose, okay? Wherever we are in the sequence, just come to child's pose for a moment. Now place your hands on the outside of your knees and come up. From here, you're gonna just come to your table pose, like before. Tuck your toes behind you, bring your hips back and up to downward facing dog. This is our first downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bend one knee at a time, just to warm up the back side of the legs a little bit. Place really your hands down on the floor, like all knuckles and the fingertips, and then just keep your feet as wide as your hips or even wider, okay, whatever is more comfortable for you. See at your feet, look at your feet, and notice that the heels are kind of like hidden behind your toes, so you cannot see your heels, okay? You don't want the feet open or closed. And from here, try to find length. Maybe you can keep your knees softened if extending the back of the legs is not possible. And the heels are trying to reach down towards the floor. From here, just lift the right leg back and see that your hips are still parallel. Strong arms. And the hip is parallel. And keep the hip parallel. And now just make sure your both shoulders are on the same plane. And you're going to bend the right knee and maybe open it to the sky. But just keep the torso. Keep the front of the body towards the floor. So don't kind of like open like this. Keep the front. Keep both hands and elbows and shoulders in the same plane, and just open the knee. This is the hip opener. And then parallel your hip, extend the leg and bring it down. And now the left leg goes back up, straight back, parallel hips. Now bend the left knee and maybe start opening the knee out as much as you can keep your body square. So avoid this. If you're looking square your hips, extend the left leg and bring it down. Very good. Paddle your feet. And then inhale, come to plank pose. And plank pose is going to be our transition pose in many, in a couple of rounds of sun salutation. So keep your elbows extended, bring your hips lower than you think. Don't let it hang. Strong legs. Bring the hips down. Keep your chest open. Keep looking to the front, heels back. And you can hold it here, or you can just bring the knees down, okay? Whatever your version is. Inhale here. Exhale. Start bending the elbows close to your body. Not completely close, but just close instead of open out. And bring all your body weight down. Forehead down. Inhale. Now it's baby cobra or bhujangasana. which is just lifting the head, lifting the shoulders. Think about your shoulder blades coming close together. Breathe in and out. Toes relax down. Your hands are not doing the effort, but more so the upper back. Breathe in and out. With the next exhale, bring your forehead down. Tuck your toes behind you. Push with your hands. You come back to a sit on your heels and then extend the legs, hips up and back to downward facing dog. Let's repeat that once more so you remember the sequence. Inhale, plank pose. And you can keep full plank, okay? Or knees down. Whatever you are, just start bending your elbows and one piece down. Inhale, lift, toes relax. This is baby cobra or Bhujangasana. Exhale, forehead down, tuck your toes, and go back to downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. And now you're gonna inhale, lift your hips and your heels, soften your knees, and walk your hands back. And you're gonna stay in the forward fold. Maybe your hands can be a little bit forward, like 2 hands in front of your feet. Maybe you can bring the hands completely next to your feet or just grab your elbows. You can soften your knees a little bit or a lot. The folding is happening from the hips. Your head is relaxed. And notice that we tend at the beginning to bring the waist back so the hips are not really on top of the ankles and the knees. We want to move them forward. Okay, so it's kind of like one line with all the joints. Let me see if you can see this better here. So no back. Press the big mounts of your toes and then just let go. Again, if you have your knees softened, that's okay, but you're not going back, okay? If you're grabbing your elbows, change sides. Let go of your head. Maybe now you can extend a little bit more your knees. Now that it kind of like warm up. You can also, if it's cold where you are, just paddle a little bit the back of your legs. Here is early in the morning, so maybe it's the first fold you do today, and this feels good. With the next inhale, just walk your hands forward to your downward facing dog. Inhale, you're gonna lift the right leg back like we did before, just parallel your hips, and now bend the knee and bring it forward. So you're coming kind of like to plank pose movement, and you place the foot, the right foot in between both hands. Bring the left knee down to the floor, and from here you come up. Maybe use your hands or no hands, and you notice now if you bend more your knee, you're gonna feel more stretch on the left leg, on the front of the left leg. So notice that. Breathe in and out there. And then just bring the knee, the hips back, kind of like scissor movement. So bring the right hip back and just center yourself for more stability on the left. You can keep your hands on your waist, just on your right leg. Inhale here once more, and with the exhale, bring your hands down, frame your front foot, extend the left leg and go back to downward facing dog. Now we have the other side. Left leg up, back. Square your hips so you're not opening. You keep your hips square. And now bend the knee, come into a plank. Bring the knee in and then place the foot right in between your hands. The right knee goes down to the floor and you come up. Move the front knee forward. Feel a deeper stretch on the front thigh. And now move back, scissor movement, so the left hip goes back and the front right hip forward. So kind of like you're really in the center. With the next inhale, stay here. And with the exhale, bring your hands down, go back to downward facing dog. So with the next inhale, once more, come back to plank pose. So moving your body weight forward. And you choose knees up or down. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift your head and your shoulders, baby cobra or bhujangasana. Exhale, forehead down, tuck your toes behind you, sit back and up, downward facing dog. With the next inhale, lift your hips and your heels, soften your knees and walk forward, both feet to the front. The next inhale, you elongate your spine. Maybe your fingertips can be on the floor, hold palm down, or just the sides of your legs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale. So we're here in Tadasana or mountain pose. From the side, you can see kind of like one line. Think about the joints in one line. So the ankles, the knees, the hips, the shoulders. And from the front, you can see that I have my big toes touching all the feet, both feet close together in one line. You can also keep your hips as wide as your feet, as your hips. That's okay. It will be the same thing. Okay? Come to the front of your mat. Keep your hips parallel to each other. Try to think that you're pressing a block in between your thighs. So moving the inner part of your thighs back, which energizes your legs, your quads. And the hips, don't let them be out or in. Just come to neutral. If you're pressing that block, that kind of like happens naturally. And keep your chest open. Keep looking at the front. And this is your mountain pose or Tadasana. We're gonna start and end here. The sun salutations we're gonna be doing now. So with the next inhale, arms up. This is called Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, open your arms, fold from your hips. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, keep your chest open. Now plant your hands. You might need to bend your knees and walk back to downward facing dog. With the next inhale, plank pose. Knees up or down. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift your head and your shoulders, baby cobra. Exhale, forehead down, tuck your toes and go back. Downward facing dog. Stay here for 3 breaths. Remember that looking at your feet, you don't see your heels. Your head is relaxed. With the next inhale, Lift your hips and your heels, soften the knees and walk forward. Inhale, halfway, look up. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, come on, all the way up. And exhale. We have 2 more. Inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, look up. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose, knees up or down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, forehead down. Go back and up to downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, lift your hips and your heels. Walk forward. Inhale, halfway, look up. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana. Once more. Inhale, arms up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, look up. Exhale, walk back to downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Knees up or down. Exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Bhujangasana. Exhale, forehead down and back to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Relax your head, heels back, down to the floor. Now this next one, just inhale and bring the right leg back again. Keep your hips parallel. With the next exhale, just bend the knee, the right knee. Come back to that plank movement. Plant your foot in between your hands. You might wanna bring the left knee down or just keep it up for a high lunge this time and just come up for a high lunge. You can keep your hands on your waist. And now again, if you bend more your knee, you feel a deeper stretch in the front of your left thigh, but just keep the knee on top of the heel. Find yourself in the middle and breathe in and out. This is called Anjaneyasana. If you bring the arms up, maybe for a deeper concentration, harder stability here. Now inhale once more. Exhale, hands down. Bring the right leg back. Lift the left leg with the next inhale, hips parallel. Exhale, bend the knee and come to plank. Plant the left foot down. Ideally, you're gonna keep the right knee off the floor. If you cannot, just keep the right knee down and come up for a high lunge. If you deepen the bend, you feel it more on the hips flexor, but just keep it center. Bring your hands up together. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, hands down, go back to downward facing dog. With the next inhale, lift your heels and your hips and walk forward to complete this round. Inhale, halfway, look up. Exhale, fold deeply. Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana. Very good. So from here, Bring your feet close together if you don't have them. So big toes touching, and your ankles probably too. You're in Tadasana pose. From here, you're gonna just open the right leg in one line back, big step. So the back heel is diagonal down, and you're gonna open your chest for warrior two. So you're gonna open your arms, and the front knee is bent, so you need really long space. Move the knee a little bit forward, so your thighs kind of like parallel to the floor. And look to your front hand. Breathe in and out. Find your pose. Inhale, once more, extend the front leg. Exhale, bend deep and bring your right hand down in front of your front foot, and maybe the back hand is up, the left hand. Maybe you bring it back on your lower back and just focus on opening your chest. So you can be here. If it's too much, you wanna bring the elbow to your knee. If you wanna go deeper, maybe you find your mind. Okay? Whatever you are, just breathe in and out. With the next inhale, stay here. Exhale, come up. Extend the front leg. Bend it for warrior two. Open your front palm. You're in warrior two legs. And back. Dancing warrior, reverse warrior. Bring it forward. Extend the front leg. Inhale here. Exhale. Reach something forward. Let the hips go back. We're going for Trikonasana, triangle pose. You let your hand be on your leg. Anywhere. If you can, you reach for the floor or the toes. Breathe in and out through your nostrils. With the next inhale, stay here. And with the exhale, come up. Very good. Hands on your waist. Change sides of your toes. So now the back leg, in this case the left, is pointing kind of like toes straightly to the side. And the back heel, the right heel, is just back. Something happened to my screen here. Inhale. Now bend the knee. Go for warrior two. So really bend. You need enough separation between the feet so you can kind of like be parallel to the floor. Open your arms. Look forward, which in this case is the right hand, or the other side you did before. Inhale, extend the front leg. Exhale, bend it again, deep. Bring the hand in front of your foot and the left arm or the other arm up or behind your lower back. If this is too much, you can keep your arm on your knee. Okay? If you want to go deep on this side too, and you have the practice, just find the bind behind your back. But whatever you are, just breathe in and out. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, come up. Extend the front leg. Bend it deeper. Inhale, reverse warrior for one breath. exhale, extend. Now inhale here, exhale. Try to reach something forward, let your hips go back, and then let your hand fall. Try to keep your chest open. You can reach any part of your leg or the floor or your big toe. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take one more inhale here, and with the exhale, come up. Hands on your waist, and parallel your legs. Close your feet. Very good. Come to the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up here. Exhale, fold for Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway, look up. Remember, you can place your hands. Exhale, go back to downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your knees down. Sit back for child's pose, sorry. If your forehead is not touching the floor, you can use your fists or the blanket or the pillow you have. If your forehead is touching the floor, just relax your arms next to your body. With the next inhale, bring the hands down, lift up. And now you're gonna find a seated pose with legs extended on your mat. And here's where you might need the blanket or the pillow. So if you can, you're gonna sit upright, like I'm here with the legs extended. You wanna avoid this feeling, the round. You want the pubic bone kind of like back, okay? More than in. So sometimes it's really difficult. If you bend your knees, that might solve that might give you the aid you need, but maybe sometimes still not feeling good, or a lot of pressure here in the back of the leg or the lower back. So just sit on your blanket in the border of it, so you can really bring that pubic bone back, and then sit straight up. From here, flex your feet, take an inhale and an exhale from the hips. We're going for Paschimottanasana. You might just keep the hands next to your legs like so. Keep your spine straight, okay? You don't want this. You want to extend your spine. Avoid this. So maybe you just need to stay upright. If you can, keep that spine, the integrity of the spine. Walk forward as much as you can, keeping the feet flexed. Some of us can reach the feet, big toes, or even put a block if you have it, or a book in front of your feet. And just, if you're here, then you can rest your forehead down or your chin. Breathe in and out. Let the pose happen. No judgment, no push, no strength. Just let it happen. Breathe in and out. Every time we complete a cycle of breaths, meaning inhale and exhale, we create more space within the body. So breathe there where you feel more resistance in your body. Probably the lower back, the back, especially the back of your thighs, hamstrings. Inhale there. Inhale and exhale. With the next inhale, wherever you are, just lift your head, your torso, and exhale, release. I'm just gonna remove this, but if you need it, you keep it, okay? I'm just It's not the most comfortable thing for me. So now you're gonna use your right hand to bend your right knee out to the side. Try to keep that knee in kind of like a 90-degree angle, knee to knee. So you really open the right knee to the side. And now you frame, inhale, raise your arms and frame with your torso the extended left leg with a flex foot here. Take another inhale and the exhale. Again, you fold from the hip, keeping the spine straight. So you might just be here, a little bit hinge forward. Maybe you can then reach for your foot and breathe in and out. Janu Shirshasana pose on the right. If you're pregnant, you just go keep the belly without forcing, of course. You don't want to push the belly, but I know that happens naturally. So you just hold the pose wherever you can, but you can still hinge a little bit forward depending on the size of the belly or how far along you are. With the next inhale, lift your head, exhale, release. Now the left hand, bend the left knee, and again, open the left knee out, really kind of like 90-degree angles to the other leg. Inhale, frame that extended right leg, flex your right foot. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, fold from the hips. Again, keep the integrity, a long spine. You don't want to round it for now. With the next inhale, lift your head. Exhale, release that pose. So now we're gonna repeat kind of that, but this time open the right knee out, but open it more. And if you're seated on your blanket, just sit kind of like in the corner of it. So in the triangle, sorry, you cannot see. In the triangle, just put it underneath you. Hope you can see it's here, kind of like the corner of the blanket. Open wide, separate your knees, kind of like separating your legs. Keep the right foot in. And now we're going for Parivrita Janu Shirshasana. So just be mindful. Try to catch with the left hand your left toes, keeping the elbow inside of the leg, or just reach for the leg, whatever you can, trying to open the right side. And one day eventually both hands will reach the foot, but today maybe you choose to bring your right hand behind your head and go for the opening of the chest and just breathe in and out. Again, let the pose happen. Don't force it. Just use the breath as the tool to create space within your body. If you're pregnant, you're gonna probably not be doing this so strong, just a little bit, just extending, giving yourself more space in the front and the side, the right side in this case. With the next inhale, bring the right arm up and exhale, lift. Very good. Now we're gonna change sides, okay? So come back to center. You might need to move your blanket, okay? I'm just gonna do it on this side to avoid giving you guys the back. So you wanna open the left knee wide. If you need the blanket, if this is causing this to your back, you just want to sit a little bit on that corner of your blanket or your cushion. Keep the right leg extended, flex the right foot, And from here, you're gonna reach for that toe or the leg, trying to keep the elbow inside of the leg, and then reach up with the left arm. Maybe, like I said, maybe you just can go for the full bind, or just bring your left hand behind your head and open your chest. Work on that. Breathe in and out to create space, create length. Take another cycle of breath. Inhale, raise your left arm up. Exhale, come up. Very good. Sorry for my head. After class, I see my hair is a mess when I see the video later. Okay, remove the blanket if you were using it, and just find a comfortable place in your mat. So just bend your knees, and this time without hands. Just keep your hands on the outside of your legs and find yourself going down slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, and then release your head. Very good. From here, we have just a couple more, just one more pose here before we go for the final relaxation. And after some minutes of Shavasana or final relaxation, we're gonna do a very short meditation. So I would like to for you to stay. We're gonna end right on time, okay? So just bring your knees to your chest, open your knees, and go for baby bug, no, happy baby pose, or ugly bug, sometimes call it, or dead bug. If you're new to this pose, you're gonna open your knees kind of like towards your armpits. You're gonna bring the arms inside the legs and try to reach with your hands the outside of your ankle or your leg. So keep the elbows in. If you can, you're gonna reach for the outside of your feet and press the knees towards the floor or towards your armpits. Please be mindful. It's not important to do this. It's more important to keep the lower back touching the floor, and then work on the legs. So maybe if you need to grab your legs higher, like towards your knees, that's fine. If you go for the bind of the feet, just keep the lower back down. Very good. Release that. Maybe you want to extend the legs one more to the ceiling. Bend the knees close to your chest. Maybe you can give yourself a big hug again. And gently find now your pose, your relaxation pose. So my recommendation will be just to extend your legs and lay down. If you have the pillow or the blanket, if you have a blanket, make a roll or just fold it. If you have the pillow, just put it underneath your knees and just lay down there. We're gonna be here just like 3-5 minutes. Sorry. Here on the floor, it's a little bit colder. And as you're here in your Shavasana, in your relaxing pose, this is a very important pose on the practice of any yoga class, because it's really where the body needs, everything you did, the energy you move, it takes place in the right parts of your body now, internally, okay? So doing is very important, but undoing is also very, very important. So just take a moment here, wherever you are. Hey, if you want to do something else, like your legs don't feel good, you don't have a blanket, but you have a chair or a couch, you can just simply raise your legs. I'm gonna do it on the couch so you can really rest, okay? So choose, now that you're at home, just feel yourself at home and just relax, okay, there. And just close your eyes. Allow yourself to breathe in and out very smooth, very smooth. Now you're not controlling the breath. Now you're just letting it happen. Try to just melt on the floor, on your mat. You're here now. We're sharing this virtual space in probably different time zones. But wherever you are, you're just in this moment. And your breath is happening very smooth. And you feel your feet, your toes, your legs completely relaxed. You feel your hips and your back resting, completely relaxed. You feel your belly, your chest, your shoulders completely relaxed. You feel your arms, your hands, fingers completely relaxed. You feel your neck, your head, and the features of your face completely relaxed. Now you feel your whole body completely relaxed. Gently start deepening your breath, keeping your eyes closed. Start bringing movement to your toes, your fingers, your neck. Maybe bring your arms overhead, reach far back, and give yourself a nice full body stretch. And keeping your eyes closed, or trying to, just bring the knees to your chest and roll with your whole body to your right side. And use your upper arm to come to a seated pose. Again, trying to keep your eyes closed. Just find a crossed leg, comfortable position. If you need, you're gonna use your blanket or your cushion just to sit a little bit up so it's more comfortable. Again, for your lower back, and your spine can be really up, straight. And now just keep your eyes closed. Soften the breath, use the nostrils, keep your lips soften and closed, and place your hands, palms facing up or down, on your legs. And with your eyes closed, let's just be seated here for 2 minutes without thinking, without moving, just here. maybe just follow the breath. Use the tip of your nose, the air coming in and out, and the gentle movement the breath creates in your body as a focus, a central point. And if there are any thought, sensation, sound that might come and try to distract you, just notice it, let it pass as a passing cloud, and just go back to your breath. Those are just tools to remind you to come back to your breath. Without opening your eyes, just bring your palms together in front of your heart. Take a nice deep inhale and a nice deep exhale. I'm going to chant Om once to close the class. If you want to join me, just take a deep inhale for Om. With the next inhale, see your heart lift, and with the exhale, you bow your head as a gesture of bringing closer mind and heart. Before you open your eyes, just take a moment to say thank you to yourself. Thank you to your amazing body that allows you to do this practice and so many other things. And also be thankful for the rest of the people, the teachers that came before us, and the teacher that is inside of you. Whenever you feel ready, just open your eyes. Namaste, and thank you very much for joining me today.